Welcome everyone to another great episode of the Puff Drink Talk podcast. Conrad here.
Dylan.
Hilton.
George.
I can see a light over there that shouldn't be there.
Oh yeah.
I'll move that and then what we're talking about today.
Well, we're all smoking on a fine cigar this day. What are you smoking on?
Well, Matilda, the same that I've been smoking for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They were at the Smokers Abbey. You know, I think the owner was there. So there are plenty of new cigars there. So I truly liked it. Yeah.
Nice, very cool. Very awesome. An Oliva.
Yeah, we're all smoking on Olivas.
Yeah.
Different
Olivas.
Olivas.
Different strokes. For
I have a little
folks.
Lancero here.
But it's good, huh?
Yeah.
Yours guys's?
It's not as good as that one. That one is the
Champion.
yeah, it has a little tweak to it.
It really does. It's
But
really good.
I wanted to get this one on that, but they did not have it. I want to get this size on that blend or whatever it's called.
Look at now. Do you remember the day we were recording and I had the hypes?
Yeah.
I have to carry this. It's an EpiPen. I have to carry it everywhere I go now.
Wow.
Until I finish a treatment. I have this allergy cluster treatment I'm taking. So after that, it's gonna be fine.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
That shrimp really
We
messed
hope
you
so.
up that day.
it did. Man, I have no idea. When I got home, it was so hot. I tried to get into the shower. I swear, I was touching myself. And then I couldn't touch my butt, only the bubbles. There were so many bubbles there, so many, I couldn't feel my butt. I couldn't feel my legs.
Yeah.
And then I went to a bath, a cold bath for 2 hours. I slept in there. Like we have a
Neck support kind of thing.
yeah, neck support. We have the pillows and the neck support, so I can sleep in
A noose, hanging out like it just
yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
fell right to sleep, guys.
Yeah, so this is how
Yeah.
and all the medicine like Benadryl and so when I went to bed, when I woke up, I was fine.
You were good.
It's just like how the skin could move so fast,
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
Did we get the links and then send around to people?
We did. We did. Or at least I did.
You did already?
I didn't do
Yes.
it to the one group.
Okay, I'll do it.
So yeah.
As far as talking points, tomorrow's Halloween. So happy Halloween, gentlemen.
Happy Halloween.
Hope everyone stays safe and has a good time. Passing out candy, trick-or-treating. You doing anything fun?
Yeah, I'll go trick-or-treating with Sam's niece. Their neighborhood. I notice how dark it's getting earlier on,
Ew.
so by the time I get there, it'll be...
But it's not as cold as the past 3 years.
I remember last year on Halloween, it was pretty chilly.
Yeah, my
Chilly.
mother was here. Yeah,
Chilly, but not unbearable.
no,
No, we were walking around, it was comfortable, but it was
But
on the
this year-
chilly side.
it's gonna be unless everything
Be warm.
changes tomorrow.
I don't
supposed
think
to
so.
rain.
It's going to rain, but
It's supposed to
I don't...
rain tomorrow.
It's what 91 now, 90 degrees.
Yeah, it'll be in the 80s, and it's going to rain, but it's still going to be... Should
Probably
feel
gonna-
nice in the evening,
It's
but
probably going to feel humid.
Could be.
That's the one thing.
But you have a party? You have parties or
No, walking out in the street,
Oh, walking
trick-or-treating
the
with the
streets,
kids,
yeah, Cool.
So,
We also doing the same thing in not in our neighborhood, but on the
Making
other
trouble in
side.
somebody else's neighborhood, right?
Yeah, because last year we didn't do it with
Yeah.
Sheila and Francisco,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, we gotta do it because our kids they always play together, and then it's like, and then she was like, we have to walk together, please. And it's like, okay, so this year we're going, which is just across the street. I mean, it's the neighborhood next to our neighborhood.
right.
So
Could be considered your neighborhood, but
it is, yeah, because of the same school.
My son, this is the first year that my son came up to me and was like, I think I want to go with my friends, go trick-or-treating. And it kind of hurt for a second. You know?
Yeah.
I remember that age too, but at the same time, he's not my little.
Really?
He's not my little boy anymore that wants to.
But he's only 9.
I know, but he acts like he's 17. Be on his own. So.
You gotta let him spread those wings, man.
Oh, Alice can try.
Buddy.
Alice can try, and Chris is gonna go like,
Won't
nope.
let her.
Well, that's the thing. I've been like, yeah. We'll wait until what your mom says. I don't think mom said anything.
Oh, okay.
Buddy, I'm gonna quote Khalil Gibran, which he's just basically says that the parents are the balls and the kids are the arrows. Let it fly, my friend. Let it fly. I know. Let it fly. This is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you gotta do.
Yeah, I know.
Like a pigeon.
It's just, it's good that you feel this.
Yeah.
You're experiencing every single stage.
I know. It hurts.
It hurts good.
Yeah.
Let me just respond to Rodrigo. Rodrigo, tomorrow, because they're finishing right now. So, and I'm here in the podcast. So, but tomorrow morning I'll be there. Not very early because I have a meeting earlier, and then I will post that job finished. So, bear with me.
Very good. Your guys are quite talkative today.
It's been a long one.
Yeah, it is. Well, we have elections coming in.
That's right.
Right. So we have a lot going on in the world too.
I saw ABC News reported Pennsylvania, the polling all came in 100%, even though it's not election day yet. So I think someone accidentally put something up that they weren't supposed to. So we'll just assume it was a typo. They weren't going to put that up anyways.
Was supposed to be 10% and it put 100%.
No. I think it was like millions of people, so I think they're I don't know. I think
But who won? The
Pennsylvania, they had Harris won, but it was like 5 million something here, 7 million on the other
Based
side.
on what? Like, man, I would tell you.
I think it's just like misinformation type thing. Like, that's why somebody posted it. It's like you can't really believe anything you see because they either accidentally put it out early and they were going to do that anyways just to show, or someone could have photoshopped it. Who knows? But I saw it.
It's just silly. It's just silly. You know, like those are the ones who are going to be remembered as the clowns.
Yeah.
Whoever is speculating now, clowns, both sides, clowns. This, I'm sorry for you guys, American. I don't vote yet, but I'm really sorry for you for having two terrible choices, like horrible choices. They don't represent the parties. Look, they are two different parties in the. It's crazy. It's crazy how 100% of the population will end up being represented by 25% of the population.
Yeah. That's honestly kind of how it always works too. There's some guys that people like more, but I think that's just one of the downsides of it. Everybody's so divided on this stuff that you deal with it for 4 years, 8 years, if it's a double term of just like constantly not liking the president when it shouldn't affect that much, you know? But ultimately everybody blames that for
But
that.
I wonder what the deep state, what do they, what are their plans? Because those are the ones here, like controlling and, puppeting us all, right? So what do they gain with that? Because think about that. This is what America or any country or any, empire did. They conquer and they cause, they put in different people in different areas, so you're never gonna be able to fight back. This is what they do. They divide the population.
Yeah. What's
America's
easier to control a group of people?
Clearly being divided.
Exactly.
Who is doing that? Who is actually endorsing that?
Never know.
George Soros.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's more. These guys are peanuts. Like you're talking about BlackRock. You're talking about, like Vanguard.
It's names of people you've never heard of because they.
You know
want it
how
that
big
way,
Vanguard
like
is?
that's-
They own like 30% of all companies or more.
$13 trillion. Compare that to the value of Apple. Not what they have, but
Yeah.
the value,
Right.
the multiples. So these guys are 20, 30 times big. So they are in, for sure, the military. This is where they are.
Yeah.
Banks. This is where they are.
My 401k is through the Roth 401k, but it's through Vanguard. Vanguard holds support for it.
Think about investments. These guys, they manage trillions all over the globe.
Yeah.
Why would they want peace? You know what? I'm watching now. I went back to Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Right. I went back to I fell in love again with the TV series.
Yeah.
Finally. And then we are watching like alternative endings for the movies, from the books. And then one of them is in the future, 10 years in the future. Right? And then there's many theories going on. And then Tamidis came with her theory. Tamidis came to her theory. See, everything is balanced. Who would unbalance this? The god of death. I don't know if you watch Game of Thrones, if you know a little bit. The god of death. Why would he wanted peace? They want mayhem. So that's how the story changes. Tamidis' theory is that. Of course. So some guys needed action. And those companies definitely are the ones controlling.
Yeah, Rodrigo's saying that BlackRock bought like a lot of things in Brazil right now. Like there is one particular client of his that they bought 51%,
Very into energy.
and they didn't even. Yeah, it's in the energy supply
Yeah.
area, and they didn't even look at properly. They just went and bought it,
Yeah.
just buying it out.
Here's a blank check. Just give it to me.
Yeah.
There it is. It's mine. Yep.
Interesting.
State Street is the other company. I was trying to remember. So the three,
Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street.
yeah, they own like 5%, 3% of thousands
Everything.
of companies. Of everything.
Yeah.
Like those are the guys truly deciding.
Yeah.
And probably like gods, did like demigods. Like, okay, let's see, let's like if they fuck up, truly
Yeah.
fuck up, we go there and we use our power. I think, that's why I still believe that the checks and balances will prevail if any of the candidates win.
Yeah, that's the hope. That's the hope that the Constitution is the backbone of all law in the United States. So it's a pretty powerful piece of paper that dictates all of that information. It was put into place so that companies, tyrants cannot supersede the power of and freedoms of people.
Hence the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
Hence the Fourth Amendment. Right?
A lot. So, but
I'm learning my amendments here, man. It's a process. I've read it so many times, but it doesn't.
where do you find the amendments?
Huh?
Where do you find the amendments?
What do I find?
Where?
Where?
Which document?
In the Constitution.
Not the Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
The Bill of Rights is not the Constitution.
Okay, so the Constitution.
Bill of Rights. Bill of Rights has your amendments.
Okay.
Constitution is different.
Okay.
They're different pieces.
All
of
right.
paper.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, the
I was
Constitution.
testing you.
Yeah.
He's testing you for your citizenship.
Yes.
I know, yeah.
No, you're gonna have
They
to
will
take the
ask.
citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
gonna
of
ask.
course.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you got these amendments for this. If you feel that your rights are being, this is what happens. We spend 100 years without any conflicts at that level. I think they're going to start.
something's a brewing.
Yeah.
I'm investing property or my money in Brazil.
Well,
Diversifying, right?
Yeah.
Rodrigo is saying that BlackRock, they bought a lot of companies. Like most of the companies listed in
Vivo Cloud.
in this.
Yeah, the telecoms,
Yep.
Yeah.
the drug departments. What is the other one? Hapvida. Hapvida. Yeah, so insurance, right? So healthcare insurance and also all the drug. One of the biggest drugstores like
CVS,
Walgreens, yeah. So they are everywhere now. They are diversifying.
Yeah.
In this case, right? So you got to do that. Where is it going to be safer to be? I feel safe. I feel safe
Right now.
but I chose Texas to be safe.
Right.
So I'm protected, even though I don't own a gun.
Your neighbors do.
My friends do. I'll fuck your place, man. You're gonna have to kill me.
That it was actually pretty good on your neighbors, dude. Yeah, everybody.
You do. Everybody does, So, I feel safe in here. I don't know if it'll come to that. We have some situations going on that are very.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Like Israel, Iran, all the civil war in Russia going on. There's a civil war going on, So he's gonna die. Putin is gonna die if he loses this war, right? I might as well entertain the world here. That's the closest to midnight I've ever seen. Is the closest to midnight? Like the clock. There's a clock that measures how the end of the world.
Yeah.
It's called so we are I think this is the closest to midnight we have ever been since the creation of that, since 49.
Yeah, I think that's just all due.
Yeah, think about this, man. I was just talking to a friend, and I wanted to help me. You particularly help me with this. There were 220 million Americans at the end of the Vietnam War. Okay, that was the population.
In America.
In America.
Okay.
220 million. I think 70,000 Americans lost their lives in Vietnam, and 300,000 were involved. So
Possibly, I don't know.
So these people went back home, and since then, look at the man. Look how hard it is for them and their society. How heavy it is for the society, right?
Yeah.
The fertility rate of the United States was 2.8 at that time, so the population was growing. Just keep this in mind. Now, think about the scenario in Russia right now. Population is 134 million people, and at least 700,000 were already killed.
700,000, they're saying?
Yes.
With Ukraine?
Russians. Not Ukraine.
Oh, in World War II?
No. Now in the Ukraine war.
In the
689,000 have already died, or wounded.
In a civil war or their war with Ukraine?
In the war with Ukraine.
Can we pull it up, that information?
Yeah.
Because it's crazy.
That's insane. That number is insane.
I know that they've talked about how...
I have this Jake Bro. He always he updates every day. Jake Bro, I think.
Is that why they're...
puts out completely different information to that. They try and downplay.
Yeah, exactly. Both sides. They always try to.
Is that why they're having North Korea send in troops now who are going de facto and working with Ukraine? Have you seen that?
What's that? Sorry, man.
So North Korea sent over 10,000 troops to Russia to help fight in Ukraine, and I guess a big majority of them are going de facto and switching sides and helping the Ukrainians.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what my point, just for you to point out, yes,
70,000.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yes, that's how different. I don't know if that's what Russia.
I'm gonna find here the guy.
But this is a bottom one, and the way Brave works is this just uses AI to break down stuff for you. Like the Cliff Notes, but down here, U.S. officials have stated that the total number of Ukrainian and Russian troops killed. So this is both sides. killed or wounded is nearing 500,000. But this was August of last year when this was published.
Exactly. So it's about
So,
700,000 Russians. Okay. So
That's
But this is saying
insanity.
500,000 both sides. So
But,
I'd
yeah.
have to find another article. I'll keep looking it up while you talk.
there are
that's
400,000 Ukrainians. So what I'm saying is that think about the impact of 700,000
less.
Less life.
veterans, like you know, an army. You know, think about the impact of the families that were left in Russia. Think about the millions, you know, that are involved. Do you know how many people left Russia in the past 2 years? 2 million. So it's in a population that you only have 134 million. The fertility rate is 1.4, 1.3. So they are dying, you know. You need 2.1 to at least keep it, you know, keep the population. So think about the impact of that. The wounded back. Do you think Russia will care about the wounded?
I don't know. I don't know what conditions are in Russia and stuff.
Man, it's just that the population. That's why they need land. They need people, because this Russia is gonna die. The population is gonna die.
Well, I think they need to diversify, obviously. Stop war. I remember I took Lucas to a park when we first moved here. So he was just a little guy, and he was playing with this little girl, and this guy was speaking Russian. So we're, you know, two dads with our kids. I ended up start talking to him, and he told me about how he fled Russia and came over here. And he goes, all the propaganda in Russia is all about how bad the West is. How bad they will treat you, how they will spit on you and never give you opportunities. You're going to die as soon as you leave Russia. So he was like, I was deathly afraid. Until one of his family members left and was like, this is the best thing you could ever do. Get the hell out of Russia. So he did it, and he was like, the first day I got to America, he was like, I didn't speak English. People were helping me. They set me up. They did all this stuff, and he goes, fuck Russia. He's like, America's number one, man. Like, I love this country. I will die for this country. He's like, I have never been... He's like, I was broken and left for dead in Russia. He's like, I came here and I'm a person now. I am completely revitalized. I can actually live. And it was just really interesting to hear that appreciation from someone, you know, of that part of the world who has experienced those things.
Hey, man, I believe that. I think the brainwashing is so powerful that it works in the vast majority of Russians. Like, they truly believe the system is better. And then it's okay. I mean, if you think your system is better and you're happy with the way you are, it's just that we tend to judge the others based on us. Right? So, oh no, they have to be democratic. No, if they feel okay about that. But, you know, you have to believe what you have to believe. You know, like, you have so many sources. Do you trust your sources? I don't know. I listen. I read. You know, and as it seems, the evidences are showing that right now Russia is in a civil war. You know, like.
What do you think about it, Hilton?
Don't like war, don't like politics. But yes, I mean, I saw a little clip yesterday of this comedian, because it's, you know, the fun thing about watching some comedians is that they say something in your face, and then he was talking about some, like, making a joke of some Californian girls, and, you know, like saying something, and then they're like, yeah, just give me your passport and go. You know, if here is so bad, you know.
Yeah.
That was his point. Is like, just leave. You know, if the U.S. is not great, just give me your passport and leave.
Yeah.
I'll be glad to take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I forget where he is from, the country.
Is that Kill Tony guy he's from Estonia?
No.
Okay.
Tall guy.
Not tall.
It's a skinny
I was just
guy. I've seen him a couple of times. It's not
I was just
very
pushing
well known.
like
It just
that tall.
popped up on my feed.
He is. He
you know.
is.
Yeah.
Hey, I think
But
know
I
who the guy
forgot.
is.
I forgot what that is. But
Anyway,
Not tall. He's lanky.
Yeah, was it that guy?
Aaron
yeah, that's the
Mack.
one.
that guy.
Yeah,
That's the
Yeah,
guy.
talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it is
Yeah,
that
he's
guy.
from, he got famous on Kill Tony. He's from Estonia.
Yes.
Oh,
He does
okay.
a lot of those jokes.
They
Okay.
made him a regular. He's going on. They're trying to get him his green card, and he's going on tour. He's already making lots of money going on tour with them.
That's the guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
let
I
me
know.
let me put it up. So yeah, that's the guy that I saw the joke,
His name's Ari Matty or Ari Matty.
and it was so funny the way he said. I mean, he
Estonian.
develops the joke, and then
He's a
like,
really good comedian.
and he goes like,
Funny.
"Just go and give me your passport." It was-
I'll have to show you after, but he has a joke about overhearing argument,
I think I know that one.
and it is he says it so.
yes, that joke is pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I've
The
showed you
argument,
or yeah.
I think we're talking about Estonians in here. I think we're gonna start seeing a lot of Estonians, Latvians, all these countries that are in the border of Russia now. I think you're
You
gonna
go
see
to
a lot of people.
if you go to Sacramento, California,
Yeah,
it's full of Russians.
but I'm
Wants
saying
to go
because of
there.
the conflict with the Russians, they are in the border. It's Eurozone,
yeah.
so that's the easiest way to start a war with NATO because it's right there.
Sorry, what did you say?
Dylan's putting jokes in there. For nobody
didn't-
wants to go there. When he said about Sacramento.
Oh,
It basically
Uh,
is the Estonia of California. Nobody wants to live there. They're like, it's better over here than over there. I'll live in Sacramento.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
There's
Our
always-
taxes, our economy's growing.
There's always POVs, right?
Always POV.
lost.
Perspective
You lost
is-
me like 5 hours ago.
Point of view. There is
No, I know what is POV. Thank you.
Well, let's say the Estonian guy prefers it in here than over there, and then somebody that
Oh, we are throwing abbreviations now. Okay.
I'm almost American now.
But they are throwing all right, so let's throw it.
card.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say POV.
He's gonna start CQB in here in a second.
Yeah, really.
Careful.
LOL.
LOL.
Yeah, don't laugh anymore. Just say LOL. LOL.
Why don't you?
In Spanish, ja ja ja.
Ja, ja, ja.
In Portuguese, K K K K K K, right?
Yeah.
Or H E too. Hey hey. Let's see. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
A friend of mine used to send like ja 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 ja. I was like, what the heck is that? And then it's just because he used to go to Mexico to work.
Uh-huh.
And then that's the way he started laughing because all the team that he would have to work on this bank, it was his account was in Mexico, and talking to his peers over there, and that's how he would have to laugh, and then just doing that is like I never understood, but then I do now because J has an R sound, not R, but a H sound.
Yeah. Jose. So
Yeah, Jose.
so it's ha ha ha.
Yeah,
Ha.
Jorge.
Jalapeno.
So JA is ha.
Yeah, it's just how they spell
Yeah,
ha.
yeah, jalapeno.
That's why my
Jalapeno.
name, right? Every time I go anywhere,
Jorge.
I go. So they try to call me. Then when they call me, it's like this giant,
It's too different. Yeah, it's-
so they like, oh, is it? It's always complex. So I will tell you, when I get my citizenship, I will change to George. I would do that. It just it makes everybody else. We have to adapt to language. we have to adapt to the language.
Yeah, my name because it has an H. Over here, I'm Hilton,
Yeah.
and in Brazil, I'm Hilt.
Yeah.
It doesn't even say the N. It's Hilt. Hilt. And over here is Hilton.
But it's funny because when I
Hilton.
in the area,
We say more of your name than your native country. They're just like, yeah.
No, because you say Hill. You'll say Hill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not Hilton.
It's like they couldn't
but
even
this is
finish
how
the
I
word.
say.
They're
This is
like,
how
oh, yeah,
we say in Rio Grande do Sul. I would say Hilton.
Hilton. Yeah.
Hilton. This is how we say. But you see that different parts of the
Yeah.
country, different
that's
accents.
true. That's true.
Yeah. So
That's how it is.
it is what it is.
Let the fat lady sing, gentlemen.
Well, let me just
I don't
start
know.
telling you.
I don't know.
If you're
Never heard that expression?
which one?
Let the
not over.
fat lady sing. It's not over until the fat lady sings.
There's something else coming in.
I'll let you. I'll explain later. Put that in your bucket. You can start saying that at your job sites.
Okay.
You've never heard that expression?
Maybe not. No. I don't know what that means, so probably. If I did,
It basically means
It's not over yet.
it's not over yet.
Yeah.
It's not over until the fat lady sings. At operas,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
there's
It's
always
always
that
like
big
that,
fat lady that would
In the end.
at the end. So that's kind of the joke. Is like you could say it for your job. Or not over until the.
well,
fat
if somebody
lady
starts saying, well, but what about these? What about that? Doesn't trust the process.
Yeah.
No, it's,
Yeah.
like it's week 1 of fantasy football and your team's kicking ass.
Yeah.
And I'm 0-4 and you're 4 and I'm like, hey, it's not over till the fat lady sings, my friend. That's not over yet.
Yeah,
That's
it's not over.
the type of thing.
I see.
It's only over when it's over.
It's over when it's over, and it's.
Mhm.
I haven't heard it. I haven't heard her sing.
Not yet,
Sounds
at
good to
least.
me.
Man, it's amazing how we can transfer knowledge from one sport to another, right? Like now that I'm enjoying more, I see the same or similar strategies. You see the movements. Of course, there are some dynamics that are different,
Yeah.
like soccer and basketball.
Yeah.
But the collective, the idea of the collective of moving fast, like being create a surprise. I mean, this is what all these sports are in the end. There's no like revolutions. There are just different tactics. It's hard to something to come like that revolutionizes. In basketball, we have the Curry's 3 points, huh?
Yeah.
But can you name anything in American sport, in American football, that changed it as much as Curry's 3-pointers did for the basketball?
Probably like a true dual threat quarterback.
What's
That's what I
that?
was gonna say.
Traditionally, a quarterback throws the ball. Right?
Mm-hmm.
As the sports progress, more super freak athletic people, you put someone in that position that throws the ball, but they can still run around.
Right.
And it's an extra person that creates it, because otherwise it's 11 on 11, right?
Right.
You got one guy in the back always throwing the ball or handing
it's
it
11
off.
against
It's 10 on 11.
Yeah.
Now you create a guy. It changed it a little bit where defenses had to adapt and play differently to contain a quarterback.
Think of
like
like with
there's-
Holmes. You think?
Oh, I don't even know.
Michael Vick.
Yeah, Michael
You got-
Vick. I don't know if he's the first or not, but he.
Steve McNair.
Which
There's a
year are we
lot of-
talking about?
Early 2000s,
Mhm.
maybe before that. But I mean, Steve Young was a scrambling
Like a
quarterback for his day. Comparison would be like Tom Brady. I remember watching Tom Brady
Mhm.
play. He'd just go back and throw the ball, and then put in Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson would grab it and then just run 10, 15 yards. Jaden Daniels. So there's a lot of
Innovation.
examples.
That's innovation for the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
There's a lot of different things. The rules have changed along the way, but which creates mismatches, and it's way more advantageous for offenses than it is for defenses. The new rule.
And this week in soccer, there was a big anomaly because Barcelona played 3 games. They won 5-1 playing Sevilla. They beat Bayern Munich 4-1, and they beat Real Madrid at the Bernabeu 4-0. So it was they scored 13 goals, and they only was scored two times.
Wow.
With
Against some of the best football teams
the best, yeah,
in the world.
But the thing is, they created a trap. The whole thing is so risky, but it's paying off. So it has changed it. Barcelona was 2 years ago. Bayern scored 8-2 in Barcelona. 8-2. So this is how fantastically this new technique, this new tactics. But it's a trap they do to keep the players offside.
Oh, interesting.
So Mbappe, which is probably you've seen his name, this player Mbappe from France.
I think I've heard of him.
Okay, what's that?
So I think I've heard of him.
Yeah. So he was trapped 8 times in the game. 8 times. The average is 1 per game. He was trapped 8 times, and
So
then
they
Barcelona scored the goals because then the players are here. There's a conversion. Barcelona scores.
Yeah.
Another thing, the goals are scored in less than 9 seconds. At the moment they get the ball, 9 seconds to score a goal.
Really?
Yeah, so
that would be fun to watch.
When there is a goal.
Huh?
When there is a goal. If they don't lose the ball. Is that right?
No, the thing is that Barcelona is well known for the tiki-taka, which is basically passes, and sometimes most of them are ineffective. Side, back, So why? Because they want to move and try to find, the idea is to find the moment, play, and then one person got distracted, and then the system works. So they trust the system. This is what tiki-taka is. Mm-hmm. But everybody adapted to that. Tiki-taka is from 15 years ago. So the new coach just imposed this trap, this offside trap. So the defense, which was supposed usually stay in their field, the defense actually moves up to the middle of the field. So now they have 11 players, or 10 players, playing the whole time on the other half. So you have more players. Yeah. So this thing, I think, if it worked so far, it worked. They won 10 games in La Liga. They only lost 1 because of the trap. They failed the trap. Then the guy scored 4 goals on them.
Right.
But the coach says, I'm okay with that. If I'm gonna win 10 and lose 1.
They're
right?
effective, yeah.
And in soccer, I don't know if you guys ever realized that, but in soccer, the win is 3 points. Okay, the win is worth it. A win is worth 3 points.
The worth of it. Yes.
When you tie, is 1 each. So 1 disappears, right? 1 point disappears. And if you lose, of course, it's 0.
Yeah.
So the win in soccer is worth way more than other sports because it's more than a goal.
Right.
So if you win, so why are you going to tie? Why are you going to draw? Tie if it doesn't matter. So you try. That's why there are more goals in this system. So that's why Barcelona now it's in this. So maybe that's a transformation. It's only a very, very, very short, very small amount, right? So we don't have much information, but that's why I was trying to say that it's sports. Like I want to see more, watch the games with you, so I can learn
what's going on
during the game.
Well, on that note, Austin FC got rid of their head coach. This was a couple weeks back. I don't think they've found a new head coach yet.
I'm not sure. I saw that he was fired though.
Finally, but so we could. Yeah, he's a joke for. But that being said, you never know if Austin FC's new head coach might adopt that trap technique.
Yeah.
Which would be very interesting and fun for us to go watch because we could be seeing 5, 6, 7 goals a night.
Yes.
That would be entertaining.
That's worth the price of a ticket.
That would be worth it.
Right? So, because if you have a goal every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes, and I don't expect soccer to have goals, to have 20 goals, 15 goals. But I want some entertainment. I've seen new games that were amazing. The first half of Barcelona and Real Madrid was new, but Barcelona could score 3-4 times, and there were 7 opportunities for Real Madrid. Almost a goal. 3 balls, I think, was in the post. So do you understand? So it's okay.
Yeah, you're getting excitement.
But if the second half I don't have 1 goal, man, damn, I'm pissed.
I have a question. So in many different sports, what is the most exciting moment? For example, F1 normally is the overtaking, right? When there is a little fight and then somebody's trying to overtake. It is very exciting.
Excellent question.
In football, is a touchdown. It's a very exciting moment, right?
Or a game-winning field goal.
Well, yes, but the most exciting part is like to see that play work and somebody catching the ball.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
like the guy jumped and then the ball bounced and then he got it and it's like he's a newbie or what is it called?
The college football that we were showing you.
Yes.
Yes.
And then he catches the ball. It's very exciting because like the guy throws like from way back, way back,
sport?
and
that's
then
what you're asking.
So,
Yeah, not all touchdowns are created equally though.
Yeah.
But neither are overtakes. So
yes. So and then in soccer will be the goal. But what about all these sports like basketball? Because when you see somebody scoring and then it's like, it's then go boof and then come running back.
Right.
Pull up a deep 3 just off of 1 dribble and it's like, oh shit, this guy's.
But we can go more granular when you say goal, right?
Yeah, well, but
I can create my scenario because you said the apex, right?
That's what that's what I was saying. Like, there's levels to the way that people score.
Yeah, but then let's say in basketball, I think it's more like last few seconds and then somebody scores, and that's where when it's tied and that's the moment. Like, what about tennis?
Well, there's certain.
I don't
and
know.
volleyball.
I think it depends on on how you assess that. For example, are you talking about the most plastic? Probably are the balls that the guy you're losing the point and then you open your leg and then you kind of surprise the opponent because they didn't expect you throw the ball.
No, but I'm saying it's like on a normal play because when you see like on the soccer, right? They're going and building up and then the tick-tocking whatever they're doing, and then they shoot and then it's goal and it's very nice and then that's why soccer has a lot of followers. Football, the same thing. You throw the ball and then they catch and then they do a little rush or they run or whatever and then they score a touchdown. It's really exciting. It's like really exciting, right? But and then in Formula One, there was like 450,000 people and 400,000 people in Mexico watching this last weekend. Like, imagine with the average price of ticket, how many millions of dollars, was that,
which
box
is one of
office,
the most
whatever
expensive.
it's called,
We
right?
saw that.
Yeah. So, and then all of the overtaking maneuvers are like really exciting, right? And
Verstappen had some
penalties and whatnot. Yes,
yeah.
but I don't like the penalties because it's not exciting, when there's penalties. But I think he deserved that. Yeah. But
Well, that's in football. It's like you hate when the flag's thrown so often.
Yes.
But there are rules to the sport, and it
Then you gotta obey
it has
it,
to happen.
yeah.
But it's like, it slows the game down.
yeah, I don't like the flags and I don't like the penalties. But it's the exciting moment is like the overtaking, the touchdowns, the goal. But what about all the sport? And what I'm trying to say in here is like baseball, right? So the home run, right? When it hits, it goes into the crowd.
They're tied, and it goes to the final inning,
Yeah.
and the one guy gets up there, and you don't expect it, and he hits a home
But
run,
then
and they win.
all the sports that do not, have that great of a following, there might be something in there because they do not have that moment that is really exciting.
If you allow me to counterpart on that, okay? So the dynamics of the sports are different. The dynamics are different, right? So, for example, swimming. It's exciting because it's so fast. It's so exciting to see them back and forth. It's so fast, and then you see the alternating, and then that hand touching your number one there. Shit, that image. Like, how many times have you seen it from the Olympics? someone in the water, like
Well, so that's what
removing
Hilton's saying. That's
so-
what Hilton's saying is that's the pinnacle excitement
The pinnacle
for that,
excitement.
for
Yeah.
that
Yes,
sport.
but he's saying that if they lack, they said that this sports, and they are here comparing sport. Look, I'm just.
I'm trying to exactly that, but that's my question. Is like, why is that why some sports has less following than others? Because it doesn't. I mean, like the guy swimming, yes, it's exciting, but it's not that much, and it doesn't happen on every single swim race kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like a marathon. It doesn't. It's just a guy running, and then normally the guy gets in first, and then 30 seconds later, gets the second guy. You know what I mean? It's not the same.
But but it's the most. Is it probably the most done exercise in the world is running.
So
And there's number one in the world, So
I think to
I
that
don't-
point, each sport has. I think even those smaller sports, like the Tour de France, when Lance Armstrong was
But that is
winning,
very exciting, though.
when Lance Armstrong was winning
Bike
all
race.
of the, and I love the Tour de France. I think it was
you
a
like
lot of fun.
speed, man. That's why.
Yeah.
MotoGP, but the thing is, I think when things,
But I don't know
when
if there is a lot of followers on bike race.
But that's it. Is I feel like you start paying attention to things when I don't know, like
You've participated in it before, probably.
no, or I think there's some excitement that gets built to it. I was really into MotoGP here in the United States back when I was younger, about 20 years ago. For the simple fact, you had Nicky Hayden, you had all Valentino Rossi. That was the
Right.
Everyone knows those names, and everyone
Yes.
goes like, "That was the pinnacle MotoGP for motorcycle racing." A lot of overtaking, a lot of excitement. It was exciting. Nowadays, I can't even tell you who
I
it
would
is.
just say that I think the aura of the athlete makes the whole difference. Think about Caitlin Clark. It's a phenomenon in the whole world. I see. I think the other day.
She makes it exciting.
She makes it.
You see,
to that.
It's about the aura, It's about the aura, and then
Michael Jordan,
exactly
his
Tiger
aura.
Woods
Tiger Woods for golf.
revolutionized the
Who
sport.
the hell wants to watch golf? And it's Tiger's playing. Oh shit! Look how good he's doing.
You know. So I think it's about the aura, and then some sports, because of the whole system is built for that. I think you have more chances to build this kind of personalities. Everybody wants to be, Mahomes. Everybody wants to be him, So they will be looking at what he's doing, the way he behaves, Why? Because it's hard to create how wide certain athletes.
Yeah,
right? So
I see
why
that.
they become what they become? Michael Jordan was number 3, wasn't the best even in his year. But it's still like, where are everyone, who play with him, now, it's larger than life. I think
Mike Tyson in boxing.
Senna. How about Ayrton Senna for every driver, anyone who likes driving?
They always say Senna.
It's so then that's
So I think to your question, Hilton, I think it comes down to
excited.
the athlete more so than the sport.
I don't think so. I was gonna mention that
Okay.
because it's like, yes, that is that, but you can see a Pierre Gasly making an overtaking maneuver, and it is exciting because it is an overtaking maneuver, right? At least for me and for 400,000 people that went to Mexico this last weekend, like, as an example, right?
Right.
So it has a large following, in the whole world. A touchdown, it doesn't need to be a touchdown from a special player because it's always very, I'll say 95% of the time is very exciting because it's somebody that could escape from, a strategy play and scored a point, and it's exciting, right? So every time there's a goal, because it's difficult to score a goal in soccer, it doesn't matter who the player is. It could be a defensive player that is, from across from the corner kick, and then he jumps higher than anybody else and then heads it over, and then it's very exciting. So yes, and there will be like, Jordan, Caitlin Caitlin Clark, doing that. Yes, it's exciting to see those individual players, right? But it's not like exciting to see all of the players.
So, and that's where I was going to say, I feel like you will remember more sports and events if it is those type of people, though.
We want stars.
We
need stars.
We want
The heroes,
stars.
the heroes,
The
yes.
heroes.
Yeah.
And that's my point. You can watch Gasly overtake, but if Ayrton Senna did an overtake, you'd be, oh, remember that when he was racing?
No, it's even more. Yes,
It's even more. So that's what I'm saying is, like, I think the stars, the
The
superstars,
moment also, huh?
exactly. So to that point, every athlete, every sport has their people that play it, but it's the superstar that makes people go, I want to watch this. I want to follow this. I want to be like them.
No, yes, I truly agree.
You don't dispute that.
Yeah, don't dispute that.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, like, any overtake is a challenging thing.
Oh, for sure.
In bike racing is the same. When you see like the group of bikers, trying to overtake one another, it's always like nice because you see like there's a leading guy and there's everybody tucks in behind and there's strategy,
Right.
And it's interesting to see. I mean, you get watching a thing on TV and then you never move, right?
Right.
You want to keep on watching that.
Right.
I have a point. Maybe the thing is that because you like speed, you remember the moments that the cyclists, right, are. Your mind guides you to the moment they are confronting each other. But when you're running, that happens all the time, but you don't remember like that. It's because
When you're like a marathon runner, yes,
Like,
I see. Because it's the same as the bike, yeah.
So do you understand what I'm saying?
no, I do,
It's just
yeah,
because I'm saying you're biased, not in a bad way. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's how you see things. But for a runner, you see how difficult it is to run there, and then you see these guys running at
Yeah.
they're together. It's exciting.
But
You
that's
understand what I'm
why
saying?
that's why I was asking. The pinnacle of that. It's not winning on one marathon. Winning is the reward, but it's not the most exciting part of that because there will be like a lot of overtaking. In running.
It's always like that. I think it's
Yeah.
always like that, like a comeback. Isn't that what is more exciting than a comeback?
The underdog.
The underdog. That's what Caitlin Clark, Michael Jordan against the bad boys.
Yeah.
First American playing golf, black American playing golf,
Yeah.
challenging, it is important. This is the excitement. This is the apex of the sport. I think, the top of the sport is this. It's coming back. It's fight for the win in the end.
I think some sports, and of course Formula One has a lot of money involved with the sport, and that's why there was a period of time where what was that?
I dropped the mic.
No, there is a time where there was a period in time that the Formula One wasn't so exciting because there was not a lot of overtaking maneuvers. So the body of F1 decided to make a lot of changes in the cars, and that's why every so many years there is like regulation changes and whatnot, is to try and bring the competitiveness of all the teams together so that you don't have one dominant team. And then in running, for example, you have your training that you may be able to do with a better shoe or no shoe at all, so then when you put shoes on and then you run faster, something like that. But during the races, the race itself is just your body against another body. There is no equipment that will help, right?
No.
Yeah, because it's your
Some
stamina.
equipment, right? Because all the
yes,
shoes now are crazy. All the shirts are perfect,
but
fit and
that makes a little difference. That
it
but
does. So
it's not a lot,
No.
And then
Some
that's-
technology.
I believe because football and soccer are the most viewed sports in the world because of the excitement that happens.
Which ones? Soccer and
Soccer and football,
Oh,
right?
Okay.
And then I would say baseball also because there's like high numbers in baseball because there's always like the home runs and whatnot.
International sports.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like that
Global sports.
people watch all over. F1 also, fits in there because they race everywhere, and that's why they bring the races everywhere. And they now, even more than ever before, they're like filling up all of those tracks with people watching it. So
American football is doing that too. I think they play in Brazil, Spain, and England so far this season. Yeah. So how was it? Do you remember when they first came with the idea? How did Americans react to that? How did Americans react when they said that, there will be games, overseas? What was the first reaction?
Not sure when the first year they did it was even. I'd have to.
But what was
look it up.
What was the feeling? Do you remember the feeling? Like, this game should be here. You shouldn't be out.
I think any type of change, you're going to have some type of pushback, and it's just kind of accepted.
Pushbacks, yes. No, okay.
It's just kind of expected now to have your games in different Brazil, Mexico,
Spain,
London,
and England,
Germany.
Yeah,
There's a German game this week. So
Munich. Is that which one?
It's
the Giants. We will see that. We will see that. Yeah.
But it's in Munich this week.
Commanders versus Giants.
Panthers.
I
think it's the Panthers and Giants in Germany.
Anyway, so
I'm sending you polls.
Oh, there are games. Okay.
Picks.
The first time it happened was 2005 in Mexico City. But the first regular season game was 2007 in London.
Okay.
As far as how people perceived it, I have no idea.
It's been a while, right?
Probably has to do with like as a kid, you see that, you probably think it's really cool. Some adults might not. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
As a fan, for example, it's one game less that you watch it in your stadium. You buy the ticket, So.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, this is what you take away the possibility. Okay, it's good for the team, for the brand, but you pay your ticket. You pay your annual ticket. It's
a conflicting thing. Like, I think as like a entry level viewer, it's like cool. The more you know about it, it almost seems like redundancy. Like when like the travel involved for the players to get there, the product of the game that you actually get, I feel like the point. Maybe sometimes, the same stadiums that they play in London and other places are grass fields, but when we come, they put turf out. All the guys complain about it. You hear so much negativity about having to travel, but I think the exposure of the brand is good for the sport. You can argue both sides. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think it's like a negative thing. I think it's probably like a good 50-50 blend of players that like it and don't.
There's a big room for improvement for this strategy. Like having the right field. How about maybe if you go to Europe, right? So and everything is already settled, and then you spend 3 weeks there.
Yeah.
So you play the same place three times. Maybe that would make more sense.
Yeah.
Then it's a hassle. It's a hassle.
Yeah.
Like pack up. You pick up stuff. You go back home. You get sick. Families
It's a lot
away.
of people. It's a lot of players.
Well, there's a lot of
athletes.
It's a company.
Teams
It's like a company, open and closing. Like it's the whole life of a company.
Yeah, but
I think it's kind of like
the
the
logistics.
logistic nightmare.
Yeah.
I think if you try to teams coming off bye weeks, you have more time. Then you travel there, and then you stay for longer. You get more out of it. Makes more sense. But the speed of the game, like every week you're playing, and it's just not. It's a logistic nightmare.
Maybe in the beginning of the season, right? Maybe in the beginning of the season, or at the end. I don't know. It is important to think about that. How can you improve that? Otherwise, then it's been 17 years now. Yeah, 17 years, right?
Yeah.
So somehow, if it really worked, it would be everywhere. You'll see more games.
Yeah.
Like
Feels a little like sellout-ish. Like,
Yes.
we're gonna go there because we want to make more money. We want more people to view it. But for the actual progression of the game, the product that you get, like, it's not there.
Would you say the first game in Brazil has kind of felt like that?
Yeah, it felt gimmicky. But that diminishes the way people in Brazil, they get to attend a game that they didn't, you know what I mean? So I can't say it's a bad thing, but there's an argument on both sides of whether it's
A lot of
something
players
that should be done.
A lot of players are saying that I don't know why we're here and whatnot, and then after the game, like, wow, I'm so glad we came. You know,
Yeah.
that's that change, perspective. That before the change happens, you are a little bit like, I don't want it, and then after the change, you go like, actually, it was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Not only that, though, players get fined. So, like, after a game, if you say negative things, like a comment just like this, that was a bad call, I think the ref messed that up, you would get fined. You can't say things in public that diminishes tarnishes the name. So
This sport
I
itself.
think players are discouraged from saying things. And I think someone came out and said that they don't know why they're going there, it's dangerous, blah, blah, blah. And he followed it up like a week later, like, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That's a PR move. Somebody's agent's like, hey,
Somebody
you need
did
to
that,
go on Twitter or X and you need to say this, and this, or I'll write it up and you post it. It's like you just can't say bad things.
Yeah.
So
You have to
I
break
feel like
some eggs there.
It's not quite the
Right.
truth then.
it'd be
After the fact.
That's why I like sports podcasts where you get players and ex-players on there that can
That's
really
right.
talk about
Yes.
the story of it all. And some people will be like, honestly,
Risking their, sometimes even risking the, all their,
Yeah.
the perspective, the optics they have about them, but
Yeah.
they do.
if
They
it's
do.
a current active player, it could be an ex-player that
Yes.
now they can say whatever they want. They don't pay me anymore.
Yes.
But I think you'd be surprised the amount of people that are, when you boil it all down, it's a cool opportunity. I got to go to Europe. I got to do this. But in the moment, when you're playing every single week, now you got to get on a plane. You got to do a long flight,
Jet lag.
all that stuff. And it's like,
Train
and
in
then
a
we're
new
going to
facility that you've never worked at, you've never been to.
Different grass.
turn around and come right back home. And it just feels like, why are we doing this? But that can't be how everybody feels. There's a lot of people that do enjoy it.
And-
Yeah.
But your point,
It's just a mix.
but your point is below your expectations. The product ends up being below what you paid for, what you're used to. It's not optimized, but you
We're
gotta
also-
consider the whole, the whole idea, of expanding the sport.
it's hard when they're scheduling this stuff to know who all the best teams are going to be, like what's the best matchup, competitive teams, but it's not like we're getting the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Detroit Lions. Like this one in Spain, it's going to be the Giants and the Panthers. It's just not an interesting game even. So,
That's right. That's another problem.
but it's
Yeah.
week 9 right now, week 10. How do you predict? I mean, the Chiefs are going to be doing well. Certain teams, certain matchups should be good, but by the time they get there, you're like,
But
man, this
the
team is 2
NBA,
and 6.
they do
suck.
that.
What do I care?
At the NBA, they do that with the special dates, Christmas, New Year's. They always put, of course, Los Angeles Lakers,
Yeah.
Boston Celtics, the Golden State Warriors, and the teams they probably will be on top. You can do that too. It's less predictable, but the teams
Yeah, that's true.
somehow. The Cowboys versus, let's say, the Chiefs. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be a good advertisement of the game.
Yes.
It's like inviting them. Oh, let's see Ponte Preta e Guarani, like the two teams from the second, third division. Oh, let's watch this game, and then you go there.
If you watch on the stadium, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, but what? Like again, you don't have this aura.
Right.
The players. I mean, I think you would find a way to like it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you would
Anyone
find a
would.
way to like it.
If you're a
but-
fan of the team or anything, you might.
or
You might
you're just interested in the game,
Yeah.
What's
What are you
that?
looking at?
The Cowboys have only ever played in one international game 10 years ago. And they're not a team that
Travels.
frequently does. I mean, you have to travel, but not internationally, And that's probably like a Jerry Jones thing. He's like, we did it, we won't, we're not interested. That's what I
Is this
think.
the GM?
The owner and
The owner,
he is the
okay,
GM.
yeah.
He shouldn't be, but
Okay,
he's
yeah.
the owner and the GM.
All right, GM. Okay.
They should have a GM.
Politics.
But yeah.
That's politics.
Well, and they played the Jacksonville Jaguars. The owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Shad Khan, is British. So the Jaguars this year have already played twice.
And they did that. They stayed. They went and played a game. They stayed a week and played their back-to-back weeks. So that is a more logistic way of doing it.
But they're basically their second home is playing in London.
Yeah.
Every year they play at least 1 or 2 games.
Every year, yeah. And the
And
Niners.
that's it because the owner is British, so he's like,
Right.
right,
They're
connections.
going to come over here. Yeah.
Does he
Come
own
on,
any
let's play over
soccer
there.
They
team?
get to decide that. I
Does
don't
he
know.
own any soccer team? Because a lot of Americans own English Premier League teams. A lot of Americans. Maybe he owns a club,
Good.
and probably all the arrangements are going to be much
It's
easier.
easy,
You know,
yeah,
the
because-
accommodations.
Yeah, possibly.
That gives a big advantage, just like playing Miami in the summer. Like Miami is going to have, the Dolphins are going to have a lot of
You know,
advantages.
and
The sun
honestly,
position that
Yes,
the stadium
yeah.
and how it's built. Yeah.
you know what? And George, you brought up an interesting point because Ryan Reynolds and that other actor from It's Always Sunny in Philly.
Henning.
Mm-hmm. Watson. Yeah, they bought.
Yes.
Have you watched the TV series?
It's
You got
phenomenal. Phenomenal. And they turned around that
Yeah.
whole city, that whole town,
Yeah.
that whole football program.
Yeah.
And now that you bring that up, I think possibly soccer might be football, might be something that could come MLS and the different leagues, the Euro League, where they start having more exhibition games or more regular games during the season and just kind of like intermixing between the two.
Because
For
competitions.
Commonwealth
Inter-
games, for
Yes.
example. Yeah.
Commonwealth games.
Commonwealth
Yeah.
championships and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be kind of
There
interesting.
have been several attempts, right, to create different kinds of competitions or sometimes friendlies that somehow become a competition, right? Now the Champions League has just changed the format. Shit, but they've changed it. And included 36 teams now, not 32. You know how big the numbers are for soccer, right? I think the sports are trying to find their ways, because as you see, if more people decide to watch American football or other sports, it means that they're watching less soccer too,
Right.
So,
Do we want to do Battle of the Logos?
yes.
I think it's so. Let's do it.
Bring that up.
Do we need to look at anything over here first? Go over last week's stuff before.
Go
I pull
over
it
last week's stuff.
I'm gonna run the Battle of the Logo. The Battle of the Logos.
Here we are.
A lot of red X's on the screen. We were.
Look at that. 99999.
Yeah, we all hit the same at the end of it.
It
We got
was-
there in
yeah.
slightly different ways. Some of us were the same. Now that I look at Hilton and I had the exact same picks the whole way through. All three were, it's just a variation. We all ended up with 9. We were 11 for 16 on sweeps. It was a rough sweep week.
Yeah.
But that's going to happen when you have that many sweeps. So
As long as we're above 50%, I think so far our sweeps are...
that's why I did yellow instead of red. Like, it's not bad, actually.
Yeah.
So just wasn't as good as in the
2
past.
weeks.
But, I mean, football.
Yeah.
I think you know, but I say this all the time. It's grown men. And sometimes you think it's the Panthers, they suck, and then they win one.
So what about the disgusting game?
The Saints at Chargers was kind of disgusting. I don't...
Disgusting.
Well, Jets and Patriots wasn't because it was a opposite way that we thought that
But that was a disgusting game.
No upsets.
was disgusting, but an upset disgusting. Right? or no?
Yeah. But it was just 2 bad teams that played.
How about Cowboys and 49ers, huh?
I mean, yeah, it was a more competitive game than some others. I don't even know what I would say was the game of the week.
There wasn't any games that I really liked this last. Maybe the Commanders and Bears.
Did you watch it?
I mean,
That
it was-
game was like a snooze fest until the very end, and then there was a Hail Mary for the win that
But-
made it exciting.
But that's
other
what I'm
than
saying is none of the other games were Ravens and Browns, maybe that the upset.
That was an upset, and it was a higher scoring game, so that was a good game.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, this last week of football wasn't that
the
entertaining,
mollywop
honestly.
of the week would have been the Lions at the Titans. They destroyed them.
Yes.
Who made the upset?
No one hit an upset.
No
Paul
one.
and George both picked an upset, but the closest one was the Bears at the Commanders. He would have been right. The Bears they're losing all game, and they finally scored with like a minute left or something, so they were going to win. And then the Commanders won
Came
off
back.
the craziest play you'll ever see.
On the very last one, he throws the ball, and the ball bounces on the defense, and the guy catches it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I was talking about.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was.
There's an angle of like one of the Bears, the guy that's on defense. He has his back to the play, and he's like taunting the Washington fans, like "Ha ha ha, we just won!" And there's fans like better turn around and look. And he turns,
the play's already
and the
started.
play's already started. And he's like evading, and then he throws the ball, and he runs over, jumps, and he tries to bat it down. He tips it up, and the guy catches it. So the same guy that was taunting winning caused that to happen. He's the guy that hit the ball and
And then
caused
the
them
other
to
guy-
lose the
I
game.
think that is the perfect example of irony.
That's It's Not Over Till the Fat Lady Sings.
That
Yeah,
is over.
do not. What do you say in Brazil? Is like do not
Say it,
count as a victory if it's not over yet. I mean, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's only over when it's over.
yeah.
We say, you don't count your chickens till the eggs hatch.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
Not
the
over
very
till the
Brazilian
fat lady
version.
sings.
Not over until the fat lady sings.
Não conte com a galinha antes dos ovos. Né?
Yeah.
Something
All
like
right.
that.
Well, this is our slate. I think you ran it.
Yeah, no, I'm just putting the web just so I'm sure that.
All right, week one. Game one is Thursday Night Football. Houston Texans at the New York Jets.
Texans for me. I'm ready today.
Texans for me.
Me too.
Yep, this could be one of
I even
those.
put it like this.
Sweep.
That's a sweep because Paul is also going Texans.
The upset.
If the
My favorite game one. My favorite game two.
And the disgusting.
Yeah, or there you go.
if the NFL
Easier.
is rigged, then the Jets will win this game. If it's scripted, right? This is
Yeah.
one of those script games that kind of like the Browns and the Ravens last week. But the Texans just look too good. Although Stephon Diggs is out
out.
for the season, and I don't know how that impacts him. Is Nico Collins back?
Well, Tank Dell's catching, so
Yeah, they got some guys. Joe Mixon's running the ball like a rookie. Got fresh legs.
yeah.
And Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys with the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know enough about. I don't know. Falcons have shown like some games where they play really well, and some games they just don't look that good. You never know which version of Kirk Cousins you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Falcons, please.
I'm a homer though, so I'm gonna have to take the Cowboys.
Always Cowboys, of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cowboys.
So we have an upset there. Georgia with the upset. It wasn't my upset game actually.
2 5-3 teams.
I think if you look at like the money line, most people would assume the Cowboys will lose. So I don't. It would be an upset for Paul and I, but it's really not that. I mean, we're not playing well. So. One of those down years. Broncos 5-3 is surprising. Bo Nix looks like he's getting better each week. He's looking more comfortable. Although at home, the Ravens at home, and coming off a loss, they're gonna scheme something up. So I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens. But don't count out the Broncos this year.
Their defense is really good.
I like it.
I am with the Broncos.
I'm gonna go Broncos as well.
That was supposed to be my that's I think this is gonna be my second game.
of the week.
Yes.
And
gonna go
Paul is going Broncos.
The Ravens just picked up your favorite player, Deontay Johnson. He got traded to them. The blinder.
The blinder.
Now a Raven. AFC East matchup. We have the Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. Dolphins are all healthy now. Tua, Raheem Mostert, Waddle, Hill. They should be a juggernaut team, but they were all healthy last week and they lost.
I'll go with the Bills.
Bills.
Bills or Paul. And I'll go Bills.
Yeah, I think that's a sweep. I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins won, but I'm not going to pick them. Saints at Panthers.
Great game, huh?
I do believe that Derek Carr is back, and I think Alvin Kamara is going to have another big game that he hasn't been having for the past few weeks. So
Panthers are this.
I'm Saints.
I'm Panthers.
So I have.
They're doing a lot of underdogs.
I have
this week,
Alvin
George.
on my fantasy, so I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go Saints.
Let me see over here. Saints or Paul.
I have to change things, man. I have to third.
Yeah.
I need to go to the
So-
bathroom, but
Yeah, you got to
Who
do whatever you can.
Raiders
Raiders
or-
or Bengals.
done. I'll go Bengals.
Give me the cats.
I keep thinking how bad the Cowboys are in our season sucks, and I look at some of these like teams that are supposed to be really good, and like the Bengals are 3-5 right now. So. I do think the Cowboys early prediction. I think we will miss out on the playoffs though.
Probably.
Pretty positive, but I'm gonna take the Bengals.
Bengals, please.
The Benghazis. They're playing the Raiders. I think that's a sweep. That's on Bengals.
I'm actually tempted to come back and pick the Raiders.
Fun statistic, their rookie tight end Brock Bowers he's the reception leader in the NFL right now. He has more catches than anybody.
Yeah, I don't think Minshew can do. He's not that good. I'm gonna go Raiders.
We have the Chargers at the
No,
Browns.
it's not a sweep.
It's not anymore.
Sorry,
It's
I
our
ruined it.
I think Jameis Winston at the lead, home game, all that momentum. I might regret this later, but I'm going to take the Browns.
I'll take the Chargers.
I'm gonna go Browns.
Paul is on the Browns as well. So that comes down to field goal.
Next one is going to be the upset of the week. No.
Well.
Well,
Wonder if some of these games got like flexed and changed the order. Because when I made this, I copied this and went week to week and put them all in order of the games, but now they're out of order. So I think some of these got flexed and changed to different times. Now we're jumping to the bottom of the screen.
Well,
After this next week, Browns and Chargers.
Brown and did you see Paul's yet?
Yeah,
Okay.
he sent it to me.
What is it? Oh, over there. Yeah, I'll go Chargers.
Chargers.
I'll go with George on this one.
Now we're jumping to the bottom of the screen down here. The Colts at the Vikings, 5-2. Colts 4-4. This is the Sunday night game, primetime.
Vikings.
So it did get flexed.
yeah.
Always Vikings.
I'm Vikings.
Me too.
Is anybody Colts? Because it's easier.
Vikings.
This way, less typing. Alright, now we're jumping back to the top here. Washington Commanders.
The Commanders at the Giants. Homies.
Where is this game? Where is this game going to take place?
In New York.
New York.
In New York.
Yeah.
My mistake. I think the Germany game is next week.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's this week.
That was so
Yeah.
the Commanders.
Commanders
That's a sweep. Okay. We have the New England Patriots at the Tennessee
disgusting
Titans.
game for me.
Wow, that's
My disgusting
disgusting
game.
across the board.
Disgusting game, but the Patriots will prevail.
Don't know.
Shoot if I know anymore, man. I don't know Who's more disgusting?
They've got Jacoby Brissett. I don't. The Titans quarterback can't do anything, but they've got Tony Pollard. The running game gets going. Tyjae Spears.
I'm gonna go Patriots.
This is such a bad game.
Paul is Patriots.
Your Patriots, George.
Yeah.
Your Patriots.
No, you already put it there.
Like the Titans.
I was thinking about the Titans, to be honest, but no, I'll go Patriots. I'll go opposite of you.
The Chicago Bears at the Arizona Cardinals.
I'll go Angry Birds.
Paul's pick.
What is it? Didn't pick this one? Bears?
Cardinals
Cards,
for
you
me.
said Cardinals.
Cardinals for me.
Oh, cards. Okay.
I don't know which team's gonna show up.
I think the Cardinals just beat Miami, and the Bears just lost to the Commanders. So I'm going with the Bears. They're gonna want to. It's their get back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bears.
Detroit Lions at the Green
Good
Bay
game.
Packers.
That's
This
my number one
is
game.
Probably
My number one game.
Yeah,
It's a game
Same
to
here.
watch. 3:25. It'll be just after the F1, I think. I think the F1 is earlier. Weekend because it's Brazil.
I think it's at 11.
My number 2 is
We gotta
Broncos
go
and
and
Ravens.
watch. That's a very good track.
My number 2 is
We'll
Broncos and
go watch it
Ravens.
Okay. Also, if you notice, the Packers with their throwback old school GB logo.
I'll go Green Bay.
I'm not sure. Jordan Love had a groin injury. He was your fantasy quarterback, Jordan Love, for the Packers. He had a groin injury. I think he's going to play, but I don't know. It's really hard to not take the Lions here. They've just been
I
steamrolling.
would take the Lions.
Lions for Paul.
They've been
Lions.
steamrolling people. You on
Yeah.
that gravy train?
yeah.
I'm gonna go with the upset.
Good job.
Is this your game of the week too, Hilton?
Um,
We can always circle back to it.
yeah.
Rams at Seahawks.
God damn the Seahawks.
I would take the Seahawks too.
Their offensive line is just not doing.
Well,
so
you got
hot.
Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua back, and I think Kyron Williams has scored a touchdown like every game this season or something like that. They're just the 3-4 record's a bit deceiving.
I'm gonna go Seahawks on this one. Though.
I'm gonna go Seahawks too.
I think the defensive line, and the offensive line for the Rams
Yeah, I think if Geno Smith can
not get sacked.
put it together, take the Rams.
Paul
it's
didn't
just one of
send
those.
anything.
On this one.
Because he knows he's secretly a Seahawks fan too.
There is no Seahawks or Rams in his picks. How many games are there?
15. You missed one.
Put him down for the Seahawks
Yeah,
because we
it's
know
14.
he's a Seahawks
So
fan.
let me ask.
Are you going Hawks or Rams?
I'll go Birds.
I'll put his thing in afterwards. We keep going. Jacksonville Jaguars at the Philadelphia Eagles, also with their throwback logo.
He didn't send, so this might be his disgusting of the week.
He's just like, I don't even want the
I
point.
texted him, so let's see.
It's like, I don't even want the point.
Jags and Eagles. Eagles also with their throwback logo.
Eagles.
I'll go Birds.
Yeah. This would probably be a sleep
Paul said Seahawks.
unless George goes another
I will
direction.
go Jocker. That's my
Really?
upset. That's my upset. I gotta change, man, because otherwise we'll be always behind.
The Buccaneers at the Chiefs. Sweet.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I am Chiefs on this, but yeah.
You're always Chiefs.
Yeah, of course I am.
It's hard to root against them. Hard to
I'm gonna
pick
put-
against them, right?
This is going to be my game 2 of the week.
I don't know. I think my game of the week will be Lions and Panthers. I have to get
Yeah, we
a
already put you
game
there.
2, a second game of the week.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be any.
I'm gonna go Dolphins Bills just for fun.
Yeah, I was thinking about Dolphins, but I'm not sure. Hold on, let me think. I think Broncos and the Ravens will be my second.
That's a good pick.
Broncos are playing nice.
That was
I
my-
like the defense.
that's my second
man.
too.
That's yours. I didn't remember what you said.
I like that Broncos defense.
Did Paul get his games of the week?
No.
We can fill it in later.
Yeah.
49ers on a much needed bye week. Maybe next week. DMC returns.
Please, my fantasy football team needs him.
I was 15 points on projections higher than you,
Yeah.
and you ended up going 30,
Yeah.
higher than me in the end.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
It was a great,
Yeah.
great comeback.
It was like
See the
unbelievable
value of the
how
comeback. You
Yes.
see how great,
I will.
how
I will not
tasteful
forget
it is. You feel in your veins.
imagine if
man.
they were playing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
No, man, it was like I was watching that, like, and then like 55% for me, and then like 52, 50, 48.
this. Yeah.
And then it got to like 0. And like, what the heck is that?
Ours wasn't basically a contest, right? I think the first 2 games, yes, but then after that,
Don't I play you this week?
Yeah.
Who do I play this week?
You gotta change your line.
my wide receivers are
Maybe,
giving
maybe
me
not.
2 crap points.
I don't know who I
for
played
that.
this week. Let me check.
I think for the RBs, I'm pretty good. Okay,
Yes.
So, yeah. But maybe my defense I have to change. Because every time I change, I realize that it's never negative. It's always over 7 points.
Yeah.
So, but there's nothing I can do here.
This is the fantasy cast.
I play my cousin, and as of right now, Stephon Diggs is on.
He's out for the year.
He's on IR, so I have to. I have him.
You can just drop him. He's not gonna.
He's not going to come back.
Yeah, he tore his ACL or MCL or something. He'll be out for the year.
I've got a few people out. I'm gonna look it over
Yeah.
tomorrow. Please remind me. I will have a busy day tomorrow as well.
Well,
But
do you have anybody playing on Thursday night? You need to get rid
You
of
better
him.
do now, man. You better believe me. You
don't have to
Yeah,
do
he plays.
I'll do it
Yeah.
tomorrow.
You gotta remember before I leave tomorrow, at least put him on your bench and put someone else there, because if not, you're gonna get a 0 at that position.
Yeah.
Also, your cousin doesn't check it, so he's gonna get a 0 on the defense for sure.
Because they're on a bye week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's an advantage for you. And then Andre does not have anybody. As it stands, you gotta change your lineup. 55-45 split.
Gonna move that over here, and then we show that on the web. Or
Yeah, I
can close that one.
try to
Harder
pick
to
up
see.
the best available. Like for trying to fixing one
Our
thing and
fantasy.
another.
And then
Maybe.
Conrad and I play. I need to adjust your lineup if you can.
Yeah,
I mean, the
remove
projection
Tank.
doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I got to get rid of Tank.
You're probably going to get McCaffrey back. Not this week. But you can put Rashad White in.
That's what I was going to do.
Yep.
Actually, thought I.
Bring it in. That's pretty even matchup. George McJames and pretty even matchup. You'll be ahead if you, because you're at a 48-52 with a 0 with a 0 projection. So, Mike Evans is still out. That's one of the main reasons I was going against the Bucks. There's no Chris Godwin. There's no Mike Evans. Their tight end's playing well, but that's going to be a tough game against the Chiefs. But But the Chiefs give up a lot of points to tight ends, so maybe Kate Otten has a good game. All right, I think
that's why.
Take us out. Take
about
us
wraps us
out.
up.
Another great episode. Thanks for joining and listening to us talk about a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It was fun.
Between, among some puffs here,
Yeah.
it was pretty good,
A
right?
little Drinky. Coffee.
A lot of coffee.
Special coffee.
Yeah.
Like.
Subscribe.
Comment. Share.
Yeah. It's just like, what was the other word? We always do that. Like what wasn't said yet?
What do I say?
Should have a script in there,
Yeah.
See you next week.
See you next week.
See ya.